Andy Babbitt is with us now, 16th Federal Aviation Administrator, appointed by President Barack Obama. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. If we put aside for a second and stipulate that we have no idea whether diversity was involved here as it related to the air traffic controllers, does President Trump have a point that priorities matter? And during the Obama administration, and specifically during the Biden administration, there was so much discussion about the FAA as it related to everything but safety that they may have gotten away from their core mission.
Well, I don't believe that in the slightest amount. There's a lot of parts to the FAA, and I would take great exception to what the president said, that, anybody could be an air traffic controller. Quite the contrary. There's very strict requirements for air traffic control. It's a 2-year process. It's intensive. It's a lot of training. It's like being a pilot in one sense. There's a lot of training goes involved, a lot of mentoring, and you don't just go from the end of your 2 years to the, Chicago O'Hare. No, you start at smaller airports and work your way up. So I would take great exception. I would also note that there was 4 years between Obama and Biden when President Trump was president. So I don't know what action he took in there, but he certainly was in existence.
Well, he would tell you, sir, that he changed and brought out or ended the Obama era rules. And one of those rules was that priority was no longer given to military controllers. There were a number of people who had very high scores on the FAA entrance exam who were passed over, they claimed, for diversity issues. Mid-air collisions under Biden, 538 per year. Under Trump 1, average of 357 per year. These are the reported near mid-air collisions. 4 years after the Buffalo crash, average of 186 per year. So there's something going on, unquestionably, of near misses increasing. How is that not a problem?
Well, it would definitely be a problem, but we have better reporting today, and we also have a lot better avionics today than we had, so that they're reported more frequently. In the old days, you might have had a near miss, I call them, but you might not have even known it because you didn't see it. Maybe the airplane passed below you. Today, we see so much more, and they get reported better. And we also take, very serious corrective action. Why did it happen? What went wrong? Was this simply, and how many of those are in VFR conditions where the two airplanes are uncontrolled, they're just flying, which is legal. You can do that.
Do you understand the feeling among so many Americans that they hear that the FAA talks about anything other than hiring the very best, a discussion of anything else, and go, wait a second, what is happening here?
No, I completely agree with you, but there's different levels of hiring and what you're doing. Airlines hire a lot of people, but not all of them are going to be pilots. The FAA hires a lot of people, but not all of them can be controllers. They have very, very high standards to be an air traffic controller, and that's important to remember. Diversity has nothing to do with it. They don't matter what color.
No. All right. Fair enough. We appreciate the perspective, sir. Thank you very much. I think it's point well made. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.